Hey, how you doing, everyone? My name is Shawn Powell, and if you've never heard of MyCash Freebies, this is somewhat a review, I guess you refer to for MyCash Freebies. It shows you a way of making really good money by just sending a couple of people or sending people to a site. And here's the thing, y'all. Out of this site, there's over 500 major corporations that rotate sort of within, and at this moment, there's 108 offers. I've never seen less than 100 offers, and usually see about 113 somewhere in the ballpark. Major corporations, Gamefly's just being one of them. Pimsleur, awesome. I did that myself, and I got my one credit. Real Player, and Disney, a lot of Disney stuff. Protect My ID, different things like that. Almost all this stuff here would be monthly payment kind of things, about like you would expect from somewhere like Dish Network or something like that. Walmart's up here sometimes, different locations, all sorts of different things. They don't always stay. Sometimes they use it for what works best for their means of, getting customers in, and they have their strategies, whatever that may be. But mainly what I want to talk about was, when you get into MyCash Freebies, they're really good about paying you the same time, the same day that someone comes in as a referral underneath you. Why do you want one credit? Because of the fact that they give you a referral number, and then you can apply that to another business or whatever way you want to use it to promote it and to get people to come here. Y'all, I joined up at this. If you will look, that is right here, October the 27th. It is now like it was about the 10th day in December, somewhere like that. Y'all, when I first joined this, for first week I was sick. I lost my voice. Really couldn't do anything. Within the first week, I did maybe a couple of little ads just to try to get some people moving and stuff like that. Didn't really get anything from it. My second week, but I knew it worked because I saw the leads coming in and stuff like that. My second week, y'all, I've got 5 people to opt in and start getting their credits. My third week, I got 12 people to opt in and start getting their credits in a 24-hour time frame. And my fourth week, y'all, between the third and the second, everybody's starting to get in. I just paid my house payment in my very first month of ever making money online. My house payment is totally paid for. It is at 12:20 tonight. I sent the payment off, and today's December the 10th. Y'all, this is just as real as it gets. Now, with that aside, maybe you already know that. Maybe you know that this is real. The business I actually promote, even though MyCash Freebies are the ones that pay us, is Instant Payday Network. Jeff Buchanan is a young entrepreneur who come through, figured out a system, showed us a way to use MyCash Freebies as the heart and the backbone of of the paycheck. But Instant Payday Network has a web page. Has the all the tools necessary that comes free with it. So when you do this, you can look at it as being, when you get your credit, you get access to all this awesome training at a site that has 13,000 plus people over there. I've got quite a few new people that's come in the last week or so, and what I do is just immediately plug them in and say, hey, y'all, you need to get in here. This is where you need to make your money. This is a legit way. Okay, well, if you're already that limit to where you need to just figure out what you need to do for MyCash Freebies, this is what you do. You decide on which ones fit you best. You need to make sure that you go up to the top. You go ahead and sign up for it. You should tell them what country you're from, because I got one person, his name's Helvin, who's just recently come in, who's from Australia. There are places that may not have any offers, and if that's the case with you, please let me know, because I can still get you in. I can still help you, just like Helvin's doing. He's doing a great job in the business, and he's very excited, very motivated, and I can show you the exact same thing. All right, my case, I use MyCash Freebies. I used Gamefly Rentals, Star Trek, the Starship, is this one right here, and the Freester coupon offer. Y'all, you want credits in step 1 and step 2, and this is going to be Express MyCash Freebies. Double MyCash Freebies is another site that has the exact same offers, nothing different. The only thing that you're going to see is these credits variate sometimes. That's what I want to really talk to you about, these credit variations. Okay, so I'm going to copy down a couple of the ones that I saw were very interesting. They're the ones that I used actually when I got in, and show you how you should do the same. It can save you some money and cut down the amount of trials that it needs. I'll see you in just a second. Okay, y'all, welcome back, and this is what we're looking at here is I would go through with a piece of paper. It ain't got to be nothing pretty. This is my ugly handwriting. It's got smiley faces and everything on it. And but what this did is I wrote down all the trials that I thought that would, qualify for me. And believe it or not, there was one or two of them that I might have found interest in that wouldn't allow a debit card. So, write this stuff down, and when you realize it doesn't work, then just mark it through, just like I have here. You see where I've taken it out here, and I've got another one I've taken out as well, because it didn't work or for whatever reason, So I just eliminated them in the first place. Now, after you have that, here's something that's very, very important. If you look over here in Pimsleur, in the single, well, it may have one credit. Well, that's great if that's all you need for the single. But you realize that how much of a credit in the double is worth. It's worth 0.90. Now, technically, considering the fact the amount of money that's made from one to the other from what it's worth for the credit, that single, if it's one credit, should only be worth 0.75 mathematically. Okay? So this here is showing you to get the double that you'd be better off to use it here. So I mark that with a heavy mark. And then I start planning out where's my next step. Well, then I come down over here, and I've got way down here on the bottom, which I realized I only needed after I got a 0.90, I only needed a 0.1. So Protect My ID was a 7-day trial. So I come over here and I write down, I try to keep all this information organized too, just to the best I can. It may not be pretty, but it helps me out. Now, that plus this is over 100%. Okay, so it told, and I have a total on there about how much it was going to cost. Okay, now over here at Fat Cow, it had, one credit, or it's just worth about 80% of a credit for the double. I didn't even need Fat Cow when it was done. It was going to cost more money. It was like $36 a year or something like that. I just didn't really want to go that route. So I eliminated it. Gamefly, which works out really well because my little boy and me we play arcade games, the big arcades from the 80s and 90s and stuff. And I've got 12 of them in my house, so we're gamers. So it just made good sense to just use that one. And the Gamefly here for 0.46 and 0.30 is right on target. I just happen to be that with Pimsleur, I only needed that, so that part's taken care of. To me, honestly, it was easier to use the double than it was a single. So it was nice. Plus, every time someone completes it underneath me, this double, I'll always get $33. Plus the residual for the people they get underneath as well. So that's worth, and plus one more generation if you're not aware of that. Freezer coupons, y'all, that is a give me. I'm sorry. If you need a 0.3 credit, which I've got one person right now who's in need of it, that's it. That's the way to go. It really, to me, was for $1, you got what you needed, and you just shut it out, and you ain't got no problems with it. Star Trek Collection had no problem shutting it down. I used that. It took 3 trials for me to get the single, where I only took 2 for the double. And Ancestry was going to be one I was going to possibly use. I did not. It was not necessary. Protect My ID, y'all, when I shut that down, it was incredible how good they were. The lady was incredibly sharp. She had no idea. None of these people had any idea that you're going from anywhere. To this day, y'all, I am still using Gamefly. I'm very happy with it. My little boy loves it. Anytime a new game comes out or something like that, so I don't know. I'll let it run out as far as we can go. I've recently canceled Dish Network because we never watch TV because of YouTube and some Netflix at some time. So had a little extra money that I try to spend, for entertainment, and that's what we use it for. Y'all, when this is all said and done, you want to have something that looks about like this. You have the singles choice, where it has the 3 that you chose, that you know that you can qualify for. It uses a debit card, credit card, whatever it may be that's necessary for you. I'll write on here to be organized. It shows that it equaled up over 100%. And I've got a 2-month, a 16-day, and a 30-day trial. I write down the starting dates over here on the right. And y'all don't lose this. Write keep across the top or something like that so you'll always have it to fall back on. Double, same thing. Pimsleur, 0.90. Protect My ID together made over 100%. The starting date was October the 29th. A 30-day trial and a 7-day trial. Everything's already been shut out. I haven't had a problem with none of that. I still went back and checked my debit card just to make sure. Y'all, this is a very legit company. So you ain't got nothing to worry about. I can't speak for all hundreds that are there, the different ones, but I will tell you, for them to be there on the front page and, to be worth the money they're using for their business, they're probably legit in the first place. You shouldn't have any problems. Y'all, I hope this helps you out. The business I actually promote is called Instant Payday Network by Jeff Buchanan, like I said earlier. If you're interested, I'd love to pop in. Like I said, I've even to this day, I've still got people constantly getting credits in. It's a good way to make money. You could do YouTube and nothing else right by itself. Put a bunch of videos up there and watch them just circulate. People constantly coming into your business. You get an email, you answer the questions, seeing them pop in. It's on cruise control. It's a really good way to make money. If you'd like more information, just pop in the link underneath. I've got it in the description. It'll take you right to my page. And understand that everywhere that you go, from the moment you click there, is free to use for you, just the same way that I'm using. It doesn't change. It doesn't variate. What works for Jeff Buchanan making $35,000 plus a month works for me. For my very first month, I made enough to pay my house payment. So if you need anything, just let me know. Appreciate it.